Opening prologue, drifting back along the Nile. Let's begin slowly. Not with a trumpet. Not with a pyramid. Not with a king shouting orders. Just with water. Imagine the Nile at dusk. The sun is low now, soft and tired, sliding down behind the palms. The river moves the way it always has, wide, patient, unbothered. It does not rush. It never has to. It knows where it's going, and it has all the time in the world. The water makes a quiet sound as it brushes the reeds along the shore. A soft like it's telling a secret to the land. Insects hum in the warm air, not loudly, just enough to let you know the day isn't finished yet. Somewhere nearby, a frog disagrees with everyone and croaks anyway. This is ancient Egypt, but not the kind you see on postcards. No gold masks, no towering monuments, no dramatic music swelling in the background. Just evening. On the far bank of the river, a small village settles down. Mud brick homes glow gently in the fading light, their walls holding onto the warmth of the day. Smoke rises in thin lines from cooking fires. Not thick smoke, just enough to smell bread baking and something onion-like, which was very popular back then. You hear quiet voices, laughter from a child who should probably be asleep but isn't, the low murmur of adults talking about nothing important. Who borrowed a tool? Who needs more grain? Who forgot to feed the goat again? Very serious topics. This is the Egypt we're here for. Not the Egypt of kings and gods carved in stone, but the Egypt of ordinary people. People who woke up tired. People who worked all day in the sun. People who complained about the heat, the insects, and their backs. People who ate, slept, laughed, worried, and then did it all again the next day. Because daily life is the real story. Pyramids are impressive, yes, but no one lived inside one. At least not while alive. Daily life happened here by the river in villages like this, where most Egyptians spent their entire lives without ever seeing a pyramid up close. Tonight, we're going to slow things down. We're going to follow one ordinary ancient Egyptian through one ordinary day. No hero, no pharaoh, just a regular person doing regular things in a world that feels distant, but isn't as strange as you might think. They wake up, they eat, they work, they rest, they sleep, and somewhere in that routine, a whole civilization quietly breathes. As the sky deepens from gold to soft purple, the heat of the day finally loosens its grip. A light breeze moves across the river, bringing the smell of wet earth and plants. The Nile has flooded recently, and the land is rich and dark, ready to grow food. This river feeds everyone. It decides everything. Work schedules, meals, even sleep. The people here don't fight it. They move with it. Our ordinary Egyptian, let's not give them a grand name, might be sitting outside now, near the doorway of their home. Maybe they're on a low stool. Maybe just on the ground. Chairs are nice, but the ground has never complained. They're tired. Not dramatically tired. Just the normal kind. The kind you earn from walking, lifting, bending, and existing in a hot place. Their clothes are simple linen, light and practical. No fashion statements. Just, this lets air through and doesn't weigh me down. Nearby, someone pours beer into a clay cup. Yes, beer. Weak beer. Safer than water sometimes. Also, a good excuse to sit down. No one judges. The village feels safe at this hour. The dangerous work is done. Fields have been checked. Animals are gathered in. tools are put away. The sun has clocked out. Above, the first stars begin to appear. Ancient Egyptians knew these stars well. They watched them, named them, and used them to measure time. But tonight, they're not measuring anything. They're just there, quiet and steady. You might notice how calm this all feels. That's on purpose. This story isn't going to rush you. There will be no sudden noises, no sharp turns, no dramatic cliffhangers. Just a slow walk through a day that has already happened thousands of years ago, and yet somehow still feels familiar. Think about it. You know what it's like to be tired at the end of a long day. You know the comfort of sitting down, of eating something warm, of knowing there's nothing urgent left to do. Ancient Egyptians knew that feeling too. They didn't call it self-care. They just called it evening. As darkness settles in, lamps are lit. Small flames, fueled by oil, flicker against the walls. Shadows move gently, stretching and shrinking. The night insects get louder now, as if they were waiting for permission. Our ordinary Egyptian yawns. No one writes this down. No scribe records it. History books don't mention yawns, but they happened. All the time, just like now. Inside the home, sleeping mats are being unrolled. Headrests, hard, curved, and surprisingly uncomfortable looking, are set in place. Somehow people slept just fine with them. Humans are adaptable. Or stubborn. Probably both. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. For now, we stay here at the edge of night, letting the world slow down around us. The Nile keeps moving. The stars keep rising. The village breathes in, then out. And as you listen, you don't need to remember dates or names. You don't need to learn anything urgently. Just let the sounds and images drift by, like the river itself. In the next chapter, the sun will rise again. We'll wake with it. But for now, rest here for a moment beside the ancient Nile, where daily life begins and ends in the same gentle way it always has. Chapter 1, Waking with the Sun, Morning in Ancient Egypt. Morning does not arrive politely in ancient Egypt. It does not knock. It does not wait. The sun simply shows up. It rises fast and confident, spilling light across the Nile, over fields, rooftops, and sleepy faces. There are no blackout curtains here. No snooze buttons. When the sun wakes up, everyone else gets the hint. Our ordinary Egyptian opens their eyes because the room is already bright and warm. The air feels heavy, like the day is stretching its arms and saying, "All right, let's do this again." Sleeping late is not really an option. Once the sun climbs, the heat follows. And working in full midday heat is no one's favorite activity. So people rise early, moving with the rhythm of the land instead of arguing with it. Somewhere outside, a rooster makes an aggressive announcement about the morning. He is very proud of himself. The village begins to stir. You hear the first sounds before you see much movement. A stone grinding grain, slow at first, then steady. The soft scrape of wheat being turned into flour. This sound happens every morning, in every home. It's basically the ancient Egyptian alarm clock. Animals wake up too. Goats shuffle and complain. Donkeys snort like they have opinions about the day ahead. Chickens flap around with no clear plan, as usual. Our Egyptian sits up and stretches. Nothing fancy, just a quiet moment to remind their body that it still works. Yesterday was long. Today will be long too. No surprises there. The floor is cool for now. That will change soon. First thing in the morning is washing. Not a long bath, not a spa moment. Just practical cleaning. Water from a jar poured carefully. A splash on the face. Hands washed. Dust and sleep removed. They might use natron, a natural mineral salt, to help clean the skin. It works well. It also doesn't smell great, but ancient Egyptians were very serious about cleanliness. Being clean wasn't just about comfort. It was about order, about being proper, about not offending the gods or your neighbors. After washing, oils go on the skin, not for beauty alone. The sun is harsh, the air is dry, and bugs are everywhere. Oil helps protect the skin and keeps it from cracking. It also helps with insects, though nothing truly stops insects. Even the gods struggled with that. Hair is checked, maybe shaved. Many Egyptians kept hair short or shaved their heads to stay cool and clean. Wigs exist, but not for this person. Wigs are more of a special occasion thing. Right now, the goal is simple. Don't overheat. Clothing comes next. Linen. Always linen. Light. Breathable. Practical. Men usually wear simple linen kilts, wrapped and tied. No layers. No pockets. Just enough cloth to do the job. Women wear straight linen dresses, held up with straps. Children wear very little, sometimes nothing at all. In this heat, no one is trying to impress anyone. Clothes are clean if possible. If not, well, tomorrow is another chance. Social class shows itself quietly here. A farmer's linen is rougher, simpler. An artisan might have slightly finer cloth. Someone from an elite household wears softer linen, maybe pleated, maybe freshly pressed. But even the rich dress simply in the morning. No one wants to sweat before breakfast. Speaking of breakfast, food comes early because work comes early. Bread is already being prepared. Dough mixed from yesterday, shaped by hand. Baked in clay ovens or over hot stones. Bread in ancient Egypt is not fluffy. It's dense, sometimes gritty from sand in the flour. Teeth pay the price over time, but no one complains too much. Bread is life. Along with bread comes beer. Yes, beer. Not strong beer. More like a thick, cloudy drink made from fermented grain. Low alcohol, nutritious, safer than water sometimes. It's common for adults and children alike. No one is getting drunk before sunrise. This is fuel, not a party. Our Egyptian eats calmly. No rush, just enough to feel steady. Enough to last until midday. Around them, the village is fully awake now. People step outside. Neighbors greet each other. Not loudly, just a nod. A few words. Everyone knows everyone here. There is comfort in that. There is also zero privacy, but you take what you can get. Farmers prepare to head to the fields. The Nile has decided the schedule, as it always does. If the water has recently flooded, fields are rich and dark. If not, irrigation channels must be checked. Farming is constant attention, not dramatic heroics. Artisans prepare their tools. Potters check clay. Weavers check looms. Carpenters count pieces of wood like they're gold, because they basically are. Egypt has stone and sand. Wood is precious. Elite households wake differently. Servants move quietly. Water is brought in bowls. Breakfast is served instead of prepared. But even here, the sun still sets the rules. Rich or poor, everyone sweats the same. Children wake slowly, rubbing eyes, already dusty somehow. They help right away. Carrying water, watching animals, learning by doing. School is life. Life is school. As the sun climbs higher, shadows shorten. The coolness of the morning begins to fade. People move with purpose now. Work needs to start before the heat becomes heavy and demanding. Our Egyptian steps out, ready for the day. There is no dramatic thought about history or legacy. No sense that thousands of years later, someone will be listening to this moment to fall asleep. They are just awake. The morning smells like bread, river water, and earth. The air hums softly with voices and insects. The Nile flows nearby, calm and certain. Another day has begun. Not special, not recorded, but lived. And that is exactly what makes it matter. Chapter 2, Homes of Mud, Light, and Air. If you've ever touched mud and thought, this would make a terrible house, ancient Egyptians would politely disagree. Very politely. Then they would build an entire neighborhood out of it. Mud brick homes were everywhere in ancient Egypt. Not because people lacked imagination, but because mud worked. The Nile flooded every year, leaving behind rich, thick silt. Mix that with straw, shape it into bricks, let the sun do the drying, and suddenly you have walls that keep the heat out and the cool in. Stone was for temples and tombs. Mud was for living, and living mattered. These houses stayed cool during the day and held warmth at night. Thick walls slowed down heat like a very patient guard. When the sun beat down hard, the inside stayed calm and shaded. When night came and the air cooled, the walls released just enough warmth to stay comfortable. No electricity, no fans, no complaints to customer service. Just good design. From the outside, most homes looked simple. Flat shapes, earthy colors, nothing flashy. They blended into the land so well that sometimes it felt like the village grew straight out of the ground. Inside, things opened up. Many homes were built around a small courtyard. This was the heart of the house. Light poured in from above. Air moved through naturally. Smoke from cooking fires escaped upward instead of lingering. It was smart without trying to look smart. The courtyard was where life happened. Food was prepared there. Children played there. Adults sat there and talked about things that absolutely mattered at the time and absolutely didn't later. The courtyard was shade, light, and breeze all in one. Flat roofs served more than one purpose. During the day, they reflected heat. At night, they became extra living space. People slept up there when it got too hot inside. The roof caught every small breeze and felt like the coolest spot in the house. Also, fewer bugs. Usually, airflow mattered a lot. Doorways lined up to let wind pass through. Small windows were placed high to let hot air escape. Everything about these homes worked with the climate instead of fighting it. Ancient Egyptians understood something simple. If the environment is strong, don't challenge it. Just adapt. Now let's talk about furniture. Because there wasn't much. Most homes had stools. Low, wooden, practical stools. No backs. No cushions. Sitting was temporary. You sat, you stood, you moved on. There were chests for storage. These were important. Clothes, tools, food, personal items. Everything went into chests. If you owned a good chest, you were doing all right in life. Beds existed, but mostly for the wealthy. Ordinary people slept on reed mats laid directly on the floor. Simple. Roll it out at night. roll it back up in the morning. Efficient and honest. Reed mats did everything. They were beds, seats, work surfaces, and sometimes walls. Reeds were everywhere. When something wears out, you make another. No drama. Decoration was minimal. Maybe a small niche in the wall with a household god. Maybe a painted pattern if the family had time and skill. But mostly, walls were plain. Cool. Quiet. The house wasn't meant to impress anyone. It was meant to work. Family life happened close together. Very close together. A typical home might have one main room, maybe two if you were lucky. Entire families shared that space. Parents, children, sometimes grandparents. Privacy was not a concept anyone had invented yet, but there was comfort in that closeness. You heard each other breathe at night. You knew who was awake. You knew who was restless. You knew who snored. Very well. Children learned by watching. There was no separate playroom. No quiet study corner. Learning happened in the middle of daily life. Grinding grain, fixing tools, cooking, cleaning. Everything was shared. Noise existed, but it was familiar noise. The sound of your own people. The sound of home. Outside the house, neighbors were close too. Villages were tightly packed. Walls touched. Roofs nearly met. You could hear the next household easily. Sometimes you didn't want to, but you could. Still, this closeness built community. If someone needed help, it was right there. If someone was sick, people noticed. If someone burned bread, everyone knew. As villages grew into towns, homes changed a little. In cities, houses became larger for the wealthy. More rooms, bigger courtyards, separate storage areas, sometimes even private gardens. These homes still used mud brick, but with better planning and more space. Elite houses might have dedicated rooms for sleeping, eating, and storage. Floors might be plastered. Walls might be painted. Life became more comfortable, more organized. But the basic ideas stayed the same. Mud brick, courtyard, airflow. Shed. Poor or rich, the design worked. In crowded cities, houses stacked closer together. Streets narrowed. Upper levels appeared. Rooftops became shared spaces. City life was louder, busier, and dustier, but the homes still tried to protect people from heat and chaos. At night, the homes settled. The heat faded slowly. Walls released warmth. Air moved gently through doorways. Lamps flickered, then dimmed. Mats were unrolled. Chests were closed. The house became quiet, but never silent. These homes didn't last forever. Mud brick erodes. Floods wash it away. Time smooths everything down. That's why we see more stone temples today than houses. Stone survives. Mud returns to the earth. But these homes mattered more. This is where people laughed. Where they argued. Where they ate too much bread. Where they slept badly and woke early. This is where life happened. Not carved into stone. Not meant to last forever. Just meant to last long enough. And somehow that feels exactly right. Chapter 3, What Ancient Egyptians Ate Every Day. If you sat down to eat with an ancient Egyptian, one thing would become clear very fast. They really like bread. Not fancy bread. Not bakery window bread. Just bread. All the time. Bread and beer were the foundation of daily life in ancient Egypt. Not as a luxury. As survival. If you had bread and beer, you were doing okay. If you didn't, you were having a very bad day. Bread came in many forms, but it always started the same way. Grain, mostly emmer wheat or barley. The grain was ground by hand between stones, slowly, repetitively, every single day. This work usually fell to women, and it was hard on the hands, arms, and back. Sand often got mixed into the flour. Stone tools shed tiny bits over time. No one could fully avoid it. Teeth wore down early because of this. Dentists were not a thing yet. You just accepted it and kept chewing. The dough was mixed with water, sometimes with yeast, sometimes without, shaped by hand. Baked in clay ovens or right on hot surfaces. The result was dense, heavy bread that filled your stomach and stayed there. Flat bread was common. Thick, round loaves too. Some breads were shaped like cones or discs. Others were baked in molds. There was variety, but the goal was always the same: eat and keep going. If someone had dates or honey, the bread could be sweetened. This was a treat, not an everyday thing for most people. Dates were more common than honey and easier to find. Sweet bread meant a good day, or at least a better one. And then there was beer. Ancient Egyptian beer was not clear, cold, or fancy. It was thick, cloudy, and warm, more like a drinkable porridge than what we call beer today. But it was full of calories and nutrients. It was safer than river water, and it tasted better than you might expect depending on your expectations. Children drank it. Adults drank it. Workers were paid in it. Beer was part of life, not a party trick. No one was making jokes about drinking too early in the day. It was just breakfast. Alongside bread and beer came vegetables. Onions were everywhere. Loved, respected, possibly worshipped a little. Onions were eaten raw, cooked, or dried. They were believed to give strength. Workers were often given onions as part of their rations. Tears were accepted as part of the process. Garlic and leeks joined in. Strong flavors, easy to grow, good for health, at least according to ancient thinking. These vegetables stored well and added taste to an otherwise simple diet. Lentils were another staple, boiled into thick stews, filling and reliable. You could eat lentils every day and survive. Many people did. Beans, chickpeas, and peas also appeared when available. Meals were simple. Some bread, something soft to scoop up. No forks. Hands worked just fine. Fruits depended on the season and the river. Dates were the most common. Sweet, filling, and easy to dry and store. Figs appeared too, fresh when in season, dried when not. Grapes were eaten or turned into wine for the wealthy. Melons and other fruits came and went with the flood cycle. When the Nile was generous, people ate better. When it wasn't, they adjusted. Everyone understood this balance. Complaining did not change the river's mind. Meat existed, but not often. For poor families, meat was rare. Maybe during festivals. Maybe if an animal died naturally. Fish was more common than meat. The Nile provided fish in abundance. They were dried, salted, or eaten fresh. Wealthy households ate differently. They still ate bread and beer, but theirs was finer. Less grit, better grain. Their bread might be whiter, softer, shaped more carefully. Their beer might be filtered, flavored, or stronger. They ate more meat: beef, goat, duck, goose. They had access to spices and oils. Meals were larger, more varied. Servants prepared food instead of family members grinding grain at dawn. But even the wealthy ate simply most days. There were no massive daily feasts. Those were saved for celebrations and rituals. Regular meals were practical. The body needed fuel, not spectacle. Food was eaten calmly, sitting low, sharing from common bowls. No rushing, no screens, just eating and talking. Sometimes there was silence, sometimes stories, sometimes complaints about work. Food was not entertainment. It was life support. Cooking happened outdoors or in courtyards. Smoke needed space to escape. Fires were small and carefully managed. Fuel mattered. Wood was limited. Dung was often used. You worked with what you had. At the end of the meal, leftovers were saved. Nothing was wasted. Bread could be dried and reused. Beer could be watered down. Vegetables could be stretched into stews. Ancient Egyptians understood scarcity. They respected food. As the day went on, small snacks happened. A piece of bread, a handful of dates, a sip of beer, enough to keep working. No dessert, no coffee, just endurance. And yet there was pleasure here. The taste of warm bread, the sweetness of dates, the comfort of a full stomach after a long day. This diet built one of the longest-lasting civilizations in history, not through luxury, but through consistency. Bread, beer, plants from the river, simple food, strong people. And tomorrow they would eat the same thing again. Chapter 4: Beer for Breakfast. Drinking in Ancient Egypt. If you walked into an ancient Egyptian home at sunrise and saw someone drinking beer, no one would panic. No one would whisper. No one would stage an intervention. They would just nod and say, "Yes, that makes sense." Beer in ancient Egypt was not a weekend thing. It was an everyday thing. Morning, noon, and evening. Adults drank it. Children drank it. Workers were paid with it. Beer was less of a drink and more of a food that happened to be liquid. And very important, this beer was low in alcohol. Very low. You were not getting dizzy before breakfast. It was thick, cloudy, and full of grain. More like a grain smoothie with ambition. It gave energy, calories, and nutrients. And most importantly, it was safer than most water. So yes, beer for breakfast. Completely normal. Beer was made from barley or emmer wheat. The process was simple but clever. Grain was partially baked into loaves, then crumbled into water. Yeast did its thing naturally. Fermentation happened without anyone needing to understand the science behind it. They just knew it worked. The mixture was strained sometimes, left thick other times. Some people liked it chunky. Some liked it smoother. Preferences existed. Arguments probably happened. Flavoring could be added. Dates for sweetness. Herbs for taste. Sometimes honey, if you were lucky or wealthy. Every household had its own version. No two beers tasted exactly the same. This was ancient craft brewing, minus the labels. Beer didn't last long. It spoiled quickly. So it was made often and consumed fresh. That also meant people were always busy making more. Brewing was daily life, not a hobby. Children drank beer too, especially weaker versions. It was safer than plain river water, which could carry disease. Fermentation helped kill harmful things. No one knew why. They just knew fewer people got sick that way. Water was still used, of course. The Nile was everything. But people were careful with it. Water was collected in jars and left to settle so dirt sank to the bottom. Cloth was sometimes used to filter it. Charcoal or sand could help clean it a bit more. Still, water was unpredictable. The river gave life, but it also carried things you didn't want inside you. Beer felt more reliable, and it tasted better. Wine existed too, but wine was different. Wine was for the wealthy. Wine was for ceremonies. Wine was for gods, priests, and people who could afford vineyards. Grapes needed care, land, and time. Wine took effort. Most Egyptians did not drink wine daily. If they did, it meant they had status. Wine jars were labeled carefully, noting where and when they were made. This was serious business. Wine showed up at festivals, religious rituals, and elite meals. It was offered to the gods. It was poured during celebrations. It meant something special was happening. Beer, on the other hand, meant life was continuing as usual. Drinking was social. Meals were shared. Beer was passed around in clay cups. People drank together, not alone. It wasn't about escaping the day. It was about fueling it. During meals, beer softened hard bread and washed it down. It made eating easier. It made conversation flow. It gave small comfort after long work. No one drank quickly. No one bragged about how much they could handle. Drinking was calm, familiar, ordinary. Even workers on massive projects, like temples or royal tombs, received beer as part of their pay. Beer meant energy. Beer meant hydration. Beer meant the system worked. If beer ran low, morale ran low. Brewers were important people. They knew their craft. A bad batch could cause problems. A good batch made life easier. Brewing was not glamorous, but it mattered. Women often handled brewing in households. Large-scale brewing existed too, supplying temples and work crews. Jars lined up, loaves baked specifically for beer. Fermentation happening everywhere. The smell of brewing was part of the village background. Grain, warmth, sweetness, and yeast. If you grew up there, it smelled like home. At meals, beer connected everyone. Poor families drank simpler beer. Wealthy families drank refined beer. But everyone drank something fermented. No glasses, just clay cups. If one broke, you made another. Cups were shared, cleaned quickly, reused. No one worried much about germs the way we do. They worried about running out. Children learned early how to drink responsibly because drinking was never hidden. There was no mystery around it. It was just part of food. And because it was ordinary, it wasn't abused the way forbidden things often are. It was respected, needed, used. At the end of the day, beer marked rest. After work, a cup meant you were done. You could sit. You could breathe. You could talk. Beer was comfort in liquid form. It's easy to laugh at the idea of beer for breakfast. It sounds wild to us. But for ancient Egyptians, it was practical, safe, and nourishing. They didn't drink to forget their lives. They drank to live them. Tomorrow morning, the sun would rise again. Bread would bake. Beer would ferment. Cups would fill, and no one would think it strange at all. Chapter 5. Work along the Nile. Farming, craft, and trade. Work in ancient Egypt does not begin with a meeting. No schedules on walls. No clocks ticking. No one asking, could this have been an email? Work begins with a river. The Nile decides everything. When it floods, when it pulls back, when the land is soft, when it is ready, people do not argue with it. You listen. You wait. You move when it tells you to move. Farming schedules follow the Nile's moods. When the flood comes, fields disappear underwater. Farming stops. People repair tools, help with building, or work on state projects. When the water pulls away, the soil is dark, wet, and perfect. That's when the real work begins. Plant fast. Plant together. Plant before the sun gets mean. Seeds are pressed into the earth by hand. Sometimes with simple tools. Sometimes just feet. Rows are not perfect. They don't need to be. The land knows what to do. Men, women, and children all work. This is not optional. Everyone has a role. Children scare birds away, carry water, help plant, or watch animals. It's not called chores. It's just life. Women farm, manage food, grind grain, brew beer, weave cloth, raise children, and somehow still keep everything moving. No one gives them medals. Things just get done. Men plow, plant, harvest, fish, build, and transport goods. Roles exist, but they overlap constantly. If something needs doing, someone does it. Workdays are long, but not frantic. There is a rhythm to everything. Lift, place, step, breathe. The body learns the pattern. Once you're in it, the day moves quietly. When the heat rises too high, work slows. No one pretends otherwise. Midday is not the time to prove anything. Shade becomes valuable. Water breaks happen naturally. Sitting down is allowed. Besides farming, there is craft work. Potters shape clay pulled straight from the riverbanks. Wheels spin slowly. Hands steady. One bowl after another. No rush. If a pot cracks, you make another. Weavers work looms, turning flax into linen. The motion is repetitive, calming. Thread over, thread under. Fabric grows inch by inch. Clothing, sack, sails, all start here. Stone workers cut, shape, and smooth blocks for temples, statues, and tombs. This is hard work. Heavy work. Dusty work. But it's respected. Stoneless. Stone matters. Carpenters are rare and valuable. Wood is scarce. Every piece counts. Mistakes are not welcome. You measure twice because you might not get another chance. Metal workers handle copper and bronze. Tools, blades, ornaments. Fire, hammer, patience. It's slow work. Careful work. None of these artisans think of themselves as artists. They are workers. Skilled workers. Their pride comes from usefulness, not fame. Trade ties everything together. Markets form naturally, not giant shopping centers. Open spaces. A few stalls. Mats on the ground. Goods laid out simply. Bread, vegetables, fish, pottery, cloth. Money is not coins yet. Trade runs on barter and value. Grain is king. Beer is currency. Work can be exchanged for food. Tools for cloth. fish for bread. Everyone knows roughly what things are worth. If someone tries to cheat, word spreads fast. Small communities have long memories. Markets are social places. People talk. News spreads. Complaints are shared. Someone always knows someone who knows something. It's noisy but friendly. Children run through the stalls. Dogs wander around hoping for scraps. Donkeys stand patiently, looking tired of everything. Trade extends beyond the village, too. Boats move along the Nile carrying grain, stone, papyrus, and goods from far away. The river is the highway. Faster than land, easier than wheels and sand. Sailors understand the wind and current the way farmers understand soil. Going north is easy. The river flows that way. Going south takes sails and patience. Work for the state exists alongside personal work. During flood season, when fields are underwater, people might work on temples, canals, or royal projects. This isn't slavery in the way movies show it. Workers are fed, paid in rations, given beer. Complaints still happen, of course. Work is work. What stands out is the repetition. Day after day, season after season, same oceans, same tasks. There is comfort in that. No one expects excitement. Stability is the goal. If today feels like yesterday, that's good news. It means things are working. Evenings come slowly. Tools are put away. Hands are sore. Backs ache. But there is satisfaction. Fields planted. Pots fired. Cloth woven. Goods traded. Work ends not with a whistle, but with the sun dropping low. Shadows stretch. The air cools. People naturally stop. Tomorrow, the Nile will still be there. The land will still need hands. Life will continue in the same steady rhythm. And for ancient Egyptians, that rhythm was everything. Not glory, not drama, just work done well, one calm day at a time. Chapter 6: Clothing, Jewelry, and Personal Appearance. In ancient Egypt, how you looked mattered. Not in a dramatic Fashion Week kind of way. More in a practical, thoughtful way. Looking clean meant you were in balance. Looking cared for meant life was going okay. It all started with linen. Linen came from flax, a plant grown along the Nile. Flax looked harmless enough, but turning it into clothing took real effort. The plant was harvested, soaked, dried, beaten, and pulled apart into fibers. Then those fibers were spun into thread, then woven into cloth. This took time, a lot of time, which is why linen was valuable, even though it was everywhere. Every shirt, dress, wrap, or sash began as work. Real work. Patient work. Usually done by women, sitting for hours, spinning and weaving while life moved around them. The result was light, breathable cloth that worked perfectly in the heat. Linen didn't trap warmth. It didn't cling. It let air pass through. In Egypt, this was not a luxury. It was survival. Clothing styles were simple and clear. Men usually wore linen kilts, wrapped around the waist, tied or folded. Length depended on class and fashion. Workers wore short kilts for movement. Wealthy men wore longer, pleated versions that showed time and care went into them. Women wore straight linen dresses, often ankle length, held up by straps. Simple shape, but elegant in its own way. The cloth did the work, not the cut. Children wore very little. Sometimes just a string or small wrap. often nothing at all. It was hot, and no one was trying to impress anyone with a toddler. Social class showed through quality, not style. Poor Egyptians wore coarse linen, thicker threads, less smooth, still functional, still clean when possible. Wealthy Egyptians wore fine linen, soft, white, sometimes almost see-through. Their clothes were washed more often, pressed, and carefully folded. Pleats were a sign of wealth. Pleats meant time. Time meant servants. Color was rare in everyday clothing. White linen dominated. It reflected sunlight and stayed cooler. Dye existed, but it was expensive and usually saved for decoration or special occasions. Jewelry, however, was where personality came out. Ancient Egyptians loved jewelry. Everyone wore it. Rich, poor, young, old. Jewelry was not just decoration. It was protection, identity, status, comfort. Necklaces, bracelets, anklets, rings. Made from beads, stones, shells, copper, gold. Whatever you could afford. Amulets were especially important. Tiny charms shaped like gods, animals, eyes, or symbols. They were worn close to the skin, around the neck, on the wrist, sewn into clothing. These were not fashion accessories. They were shields. Protection against illness, bad luck, angry spirits, and general nonsense from the universe. The Eye of Horus, scarabs, little figures of gods. Each one had meaning. Each one had a job. Wealthy Egyptians wore gold. A lot of it. Gold did not tarnish. It was associated with the gods and eternity. Wearing gold was not subtle. Poor Egyptians wore simpler jewelry. Beads of clay or stone. Copper when available. But they still wore something. Jewelry was for everyone. Cosmetics were also common. This surprises people sometimes. Men wore makeup. Women wore makeup. Children sometimes wore makeup. No one thought it was strange. Kohl was used around the eyes. Black or dark green powder applied carefully. It looked striking, but it wasn't just about looks. Kohl helped reduce glare from the sun and protected eyes from infection. It was medicine disguised as style. Eyes lined with kohl became a signature Egyptian look, but it started as practical care. Oils were used constantly. Skin dried quickly in the heat. Oils kept skin soft, protected it from sun and insects, and smelled good. Oils were scented with flowers, herbs, or spices when possible. Perfume was solid or oily, not sprayed. Small cones of scented fat were sometimes worn on the head during special occasions. As they warmed, they released scent slowly, functional and dramatic. Hair care mattered too. Many Egyptians shaved their heads. Hair trapped heat and lice. Shaving was cleaner and cooler. Wigs were worn for protection from the sun or for special events. Wigs showed status. A good wig meant you were doing well. Beards were shaved daily for most men. Clean faces were associated with order and purity. Priests removed all body hair as part of ritual cleanliness. Yes, all of it. The gods appreciated effort. Hygiene was both practical and spiritual. Bathing happened often. Water poured from jars. No tubs, no bubbles. Just washing away dust and sweat. Cleanliness was linked to moral order. Being dirty was not just uncomfortable. It was improper. Teeth were cleaned with simple sticks or powders. Not perfect, but effort mattered. Mouth problems were common, but people still tried. Nails were trimmed. Skin was scraped clean. Clothes were washed when possible. Clean linen mattered. Looking after your body was a form of respect. Respect for yourself. Respect for the gods. Respect for society. No one dressed up just to sit around all day. Clothing, jewelry, and appearance were part of daily discipline. You presented yourself properly, even if your day involved mud, tools, or animals. By evening, clothes were dusty. Jewelry was removed and stored. Oils were reapplied. The body was clean again. Not because anyone was watching, but because this is how things were done. In ancient Egypt, appearance wasn't about standing out. It was about being in order. And in a world ruled by heat, river, and time, that order brought comfort, calm, and a quiet sense that life was still balanced. Chapter 7: Family Life, Love, and Children. Family was the center of ancient Egyptian life. Not temples, not kings, not giant statues staring into the distance. Family. Everything started there and ended there. Work, food, faith, and rest all flowed through the household. If your family was steady, life was steady. If it wasn't, everything felt harder. Marriage in ancient Egypt was practical, but not cold. People married young, often in their teens. Not because of romance novels, but because life worked better with two people. More hands meant more food, more safety, more balance. There were no big wedding ceremonies like we imagine today. No long guest lists. No dramatic walks. Marriage was mostly an agreement. Two people decide to live together. They set up a home. Life continues. But that doesn't mean love didn't exist. It did. We see it in letters, in poems, in small, everyday details. Husbands call their wives "my sister," a term of closeness and affection. Wives wrote about missing their husbands. Couples were buried together. That doesn't happen without real bonds. Household roles were clear, but not rigid. Men often handled heavy labor outside the home. Farming, building, fishing, trade. Women managed the household. Food, children, brewing, weaving, storage. But these roles overlapped constantly. If something needed doing, it got done. Women owned property. They could inherit, buy, sell, and manage goods. Marriage did not erase their identity. That mattered a lot. Inside the home, decisions were shared more than we sometimes expect. This wasn't a world where women were invisible. They were essential. Everyone knew it. Respect between spouses was important. Not loud respect, quiet respect, daily respect, sharing food, sharing space, sharing effort. Arguments happen, of course. This was real life. But stability mattered more than drama. A peaceful household was valuable. Children were everywhere. Always. Ancient villages were full of children running around, making noise, getting dirty, and being told to stop doing that. Birth rates were high, but childhood was fragile. Not all children survived. That made family bonds stronger, not weaker. Children were loved deeply. We know this from tomb art, toys found in homes, and writings left behind. Parents worried. Parents hoped. Parents grieved when children were lost. Raising children was not separate from daily life. There were no child-only spaces. Children followed adults everywhere. Fields, workshops, markets, homes. Education happened through watching and doing. A child learned to farm by farming, learned to weave by watching weaving, learned to cook by helping cook. There were no classrooms for most people. Life itself was the lesson. Boys often learned their father's trade. Girls learned household skills from their mothers. But this was not strict. Skills were shared when needed. Knowledge stayed in the family. Some children, usually from wealthier families, went to scribal schools. They learned reading, writing, and math. This was hard work. Being a scribe meant sitting for long hours and memorizing signs. But it also meant a future without heavy labor. Many parents wanted this path for their children. Most children, though, learned by carrying water, chasing animals away from fields, helping grind grain, or running errands. Small tasks at first, bigger ones over time. Play still happened. Even in a hard-working world, children played. They had toys, simple ones but real ones. Dolls made of cloth or wood, animal figures, balls made of leather or plant fiber, spinning tops, board games scratched into stone. Games didn't need instructions. Children invented rules as they went. Running, chasing, pretending. Laughter echoed through villages. Adults watched with half an eye while working. Children learned boundaries by crossing them. Sometimes literally. Falling into water happened. It was part of growing up. Storytelling was another joy. Evenings were for stories, tales of gods, funny moments, family history. Stories explained the world and passed on values. Children learned what mattered by listening. Affection was shown openly. Parents held children. Spouses touched, sat close, shared meals. This was not a distant or cold society. It was physically close in every way. Space was limited. Privacy was rare. Emotional closeness filled the gap. Extended family often lived together or nearby. Grandparents helped raise children. Aunts and uncles were part of daily life. The family was a safety net. If someone got sick, family cared for them. If someone struggled, family noticed. Life was shared for better and worse. As children grew, they slowly became adults without a clear dividing line. No big ceremony for most. One day you're helping. The next day you're responsible. Marriage came. Children followed. The cycle continued. There was comfort in this repetition. Life didn't ask big questions every day. It asked small ones. Did everyone eat? Is the child safe? Is the house steady? At night, families gathered on mats or rooftops. Children fell asleep first. Adults talked quietly. The day ended the same way it began together. Family life in ancient Egypt was not perfect, but it was warm. It was close. It was human. And in a world shaped by river and sun, that closeness made everything else possible. Chapter 8: Midday Heat and the Art of Rest. By midday, ancient Egypt slows down on purpose. The sun is high now, bright, heavy, serious about its job. Shadows shrink until they hide directly under feet, like they're trying to escape the heat too. This is not the time to prove anything. People know better. Work pauses during the hottest hours, not because anyone is lazy, but because anyone with sense understands the sun always wins. You don't argue with it. You step aside and wait. Tools are set down. Fields are left alone. Workshops go quiet. The loud morning energy fades into something softer. Shade becomes the most valuable thing in the world. People move toward it naturally. Under cherries, into courtyards, against thick mud brick walls that still hold some cool from the night. Doorways fill with sitting figures, half in, half out, catching whatever breeze decides to show up. Water jars are brought out. Clay vessels keep water cooler than air, at least a little. Cups are shared. Sips are slow. No gulping. You don't want to run out. Beer appears too. Always beer. Not a lot. Just enough to take the edge off the heat and soften dry bread. This is not celebration beer. This is survival beer. Conversation drifts. Not loud talk. Low talk. Lazy talk. The kind that wanders and doesn't really need to arrive anywhere. Someone mentions the harvest. Someone complains about their back. Someone else nods like they've been waiting all day to agree. Children sprawl nearby, quieter now. Even they feel the heat. Games slow down. Running turns into sitting. Sitting turns into lying flat on reed mats, staring at the sky, wondering why it's so bright. Short naps happen. Not planned. Not announced. Someone reclines on a mat. Someone else leans against a wall. Eyes close without much warning. This is not deep sleep. Just drifting. Pause. A soft reset. No one judges this. Rest is part of the day, just like work. Bodies are stretched out. Limbs relaxed. Breath slows. The world hums quietly instead of buzzing. In some homes, people retreat fully indoors. Thick walls block the worst of the heat. Light filters in softly through small openings. The house feels like a calm cave, holding still while the outside world burns. In villages, this lull is shared. The entire place feels quieter. Even animals understand. Donkeys stand still. Goats find shade and give up on being dramatic for a while. This is when stories come out. Not long epic tales. Short ones. Familiar ones. Stories told so many times they don't need perfect words. Just the shape of the story matters. Tales of gods arguing. Clever animals outsmarting someone bigger. A neighbor's mistake that somehow becomes funnier every year. Stories fill the space left by slowed work. Sometimes music joins in. Simple instruments. Flutes. Drums. A soft rhythm tapped on wood or skin. Nothing loud. Nothing fast. Just enough sound to sit inside. Music here isn't a performance. It's background comfort. Like wind moving through reeds. You notice it, but it doesn't demand attention. Elders talk the most during this time. Younger people listen, half awake, half bored, pretending not to listen while absolutely listening. This is how knowledge passes down. Quietly, casually. Advice hides inside jokes. Warnings hide inside stories. Lessons arrive without being announced. The heat presses down harder. The sun feels closer now, as if it leaned in to check what everyone is doing. And everyone is doing exactly what they should. Nothing urgent. This midday rest isn't wasted time. It protects energy. It keeps people alive. It lets the body recover before work begins again later in the afternoon. Ancient Egyptians didn't believe in pushing through exhaustion for no reason. They believed in balance. Work when the day allows it. Rest when the day demands it. This rhythm shaped their lives. You can feel it in the quiet. Time stretches. Minutes blur. No one checks anything. No one is late for anything. The day is wide enough to hold this pause. Children drift in and out of sleep. Adults rest with one eye open, just in case. Someone snores softly, then stops when someone else clears their throat very clearly. Eventually, the heat begins to loosen. Not quickly. Slowly, the sun shifts. Shadows grow longer again. A breeze arrives like a polite visitor, not staying long but very appreciated. People stir. Someone sits up. Someone stands and stretches. Someone pours water again. The village begins to wake from its shared pause. There is no bell, no signal, just a feeling that it's time to move again. Work will resume, but not with the same intensity as the morning. The hardest labor is already done. The rest of the day will be lighter, shorter, but this midday rest leaves a mark. It reminds everyone that life isn't just about effort. It's about timing, about knowing when to act and when to stop. In a land ruled by sun and river, this pause is wisdom. The art of rest is not taught. It's learned by watching the day itself. And for ancient Egyptians, midday was not something to fight. It was something to surrender to, just for a while. Chapter 9, Faith in Everyday Life. Faith in ancient Egypt was not loud. It didn't shout. It didn't demand attention every second. It lived quietly in corners and habits, in small daily moments that didn't look dramatic at all. Most homes had a small shrine. Nothing grand. No giant statues. Just a little space carved into a wall or placed on a shelf. A figure of a god. A symbol. Maybe a candle or oil lamp. Household gods were part of the family. They watched over the home, protected the children, helped with health, fertility, and general good luck. People didn't expect miracles every day. They expected balance, safety, fewer bad surprises. A shrine might honor Bes, the dwarf god who scared away evil spirits and protected families, or Taret, the hippo goddess who watched over mothers and babies. These were not distant gods in the sky. They were practical gods, home gods. People greeted them casually. A nod, a word, a small gesture before starting the day. Daily prayers were short. No long speeches. No dramatic poses. Just simple words. Thanks for food. Please keep the children safe. Help today go smoothly. Nothing fancy. Offerings were small, too. A piece of bread, a sip of beer, a bit of incense if someone had it. Gods didn't need much. They just needed to be remembered. Faith fit into routine the way breathing did. It wasn't separated from life. It was mixed into it. Before work, a quick prayer. Before eating, a quiet thanks. Before sleep, a moment of respect. Amulets played a big role. Almost everyone wore one. Sometimes more than one. Around the neck, on the wrist, sewn into clothing, hidden close to the skin. These were not decorations. They were protection plans. An amulet could guard against illness, bad dreams, accidents, or bad luck. Each symbol had a job. Scarabs for rebirth and strength. Eyes for protection. Gods for guidance. People trusted these small objects deeply. They didn't question them. They just wore them and felt safer. And feeling safe matters. Temples existed, but most people didn't visit them daily. Temples were important, powerful places. They belonged to the gods officially. Priests handled rituals inside. The average person respected temples from the outside. But temples were more than spiritual centers. They were economic hubs. Temples owned land. They stored grain. They employed workers. They ran workshops. They fed people during hard times. They were part of the system that kept society running. People trusted temples. If something went wrong, the temple might help. If food ran short, the temple had stores. Faith and survival were connected. Festivals were the moments when religion became visible and social. Gods were carried through streets and processions. Music played. People gathered. Food was shared. It was joyful, not scary. Religion brought people together. These festivals broke the routine in a good way. They reminded people that the gods were present, but friendly. Everyday faith was calm. There was no constant fear of punishment. No obsession with guilt. Egyptians believed in order, balance, and harmony. This idea was calm. Living properly meant keeping balance in the world. Do your work. Care for your family. Respect the gods. Don't cause chaos. Simple rules. Even death was approached calmly. Life after death mattered, but daily life still came first. Preparing for the afterlife didn't stop people from living fully now. People trusted that if they lived well, things would work out. Not perfectly, but well enough. Faith helped explain the world. Floods, droughts, illness, recovery. Not everything had an answer, but belief made uncertainty easier to carry. Religion wasn't about constant thinking. It was about habit. Lighting a lamp, touching an amulet, saying a few words. That was enough. At night, faith followed people to sleep. Amulets were kept close. Household gods watched quietly. Dreams were believed to carry meaning, but not every dream needed interpretation. Sometimes a dream was just a dream, and that was okay. Faith in ancient Egypt did not rush anyone. It didn't demand perfection. It asked for respect, routine, and balance. It sat beside daily life instead of towering over it. Like the Nile, always there, always moving, always trusted. And in that quiet belief, people found comfort enough to live, work, rest, and sleep without fear. Just steady faith, woven gently into every ordinary day. Chapter 10: Evening Meals and Sunset Rituals. As the day leans toward evening, ancient Egypt exhales. The sun lowers itself slowly, like it's tired too. The harsh brightness softens. Shadows stretch out long and relaxed. The heat loosens its grip, just enough to make everyone feel human again. This is the good part of the day. Work winds down without much discussion. Tools are put away. Fields are left to rest. Workshops quiet. No one argues with sunset. When the light changes, the day is clearly ending. Back at the house, the evening meal begins to take shape. Cooking starts early enough to use what light remains. Fires are small and careful. Fuel matters. Pots are set. Water is poured. Someone needs dough that's been waiting patiently since morning. The smells return. Warm bread. Onions hitting heat. Grain. Smoke. Nothing fancy. Just familiar. The evening meal is not large, but it feels important. This is when everyone comes back together. Morning was rushed. Midday was quiet and scattered. Evening is shared. Bread is baked again, fresh if possible. If not, yesterday's bread is softened with beer or water. Lentils simmer slowly. Vegetables are chopped without much precision. This meal isn't about appearance. It's about comfort. Children hover nearby, pretending not to be hungry while absolutely being hungry. Someone shoos them away from the fire. Someone else hands them a piece of bread to keep them quiet. Beer is poured. Not too much. Just enough. Cups are shared. No one worries about who drank last. Everyone here has shared everything else already. Family members sit close. On stools. On mats. On the ground. The house fills with quiet movement and low voices. No one rushes. This is the pause between day and night. Conversation is gentle. People talk about what happened. Not big stories. Small ones. A tool broke. Someone saw a bird do something strange. Someone's back hurts. Someone laughs about something that happened weeks ago, but is still funny. Children talk over each other. Adults half listen. The mood is easy. Eating is slow. Bread is torn, not cut. Food is scooped. Hands are used without apology. Fingers get dusty with flour. No one minds. This shared eating matters. It's not just food. It's reassurance. Everyone made it through the day. Everyone is here. Everyone gets to eat. As the meal ends, the sun sinks fully toward the horizon. The sky turns soft colors. Gold fades into orange. Orange fades into purple. The river reflects it all, calm and endless. This is when sunset rituals happen. Nothing dramatic. No long ceremonies. Just small moments of gratitude. Someone pauses. Maybe stands. Maybe doesn't. A few quiet words are spoken. Thanks for the day. Thanks for the food. Thanks for safety. Thanks for the river still doing its job. The gods are acknowledged without being interrupted from dinner too much. A small offering might be set aside. A piece of bread. A sip of beer. Something symbolic. Something respectful. No one feels pressured to say the right thing. It's the act that matters. The light continues to fade. The air cools fast now. Breezes move through doorways and courtyards. The house feels lighter. The walls release stored heat. The worst of the day is officially over. Outside, the village changes its sound. Day insects quiet down. Night insects take over. Crickets begin their steady work. Frogs add commentary. Somewhere, a donkey disagrees with the universe again. Lamps are lit. Small flames flicker. Shadows dance on walls. The house feels smaller now, but warmer. Cozier. Everyone's movements slow. Children begin to fade first. Full bellies help. One leans against a parent. Another lies flat on a mat, eyes half closed, still chewing slowly like that might delay sleep. Adults talk more quietly. Voices drop. Words stretch out. There is no need to rush into tomorrow. This is when the day is gently closed. Clothes are loosened, jewelry removed and placed carefully away. Hands are washed again, faces cleaned of dust and oil. The body is thanked, even if no one says it out loud. Some families step outside to watch the last light disappear completely. Rooftops fill with silhouettes. People sit side by side, looking west, watching the sky finish its show. No one claps. No one records it. They've seen it all their lives. Still they watch. As darkness settles, the stars appear. Familiar patterns. Trusted markers. The same stars their parents saw. The same stars their children will see. The evening feels complete now. Inside, mats are laid out. Headrests placed. Lamps dimmed. Final words are exchanged. Not important words. Comfortable ones. Someone checks the door. Someone makes sure the fire is out. Someone nudges a child fully onto the mat instead of half off it. The day ends without ceremony. Not with a statement. Not with a conclusion. Just with rest. Evening meals and sunset rituals in ancient Egypt were not about religion or rules alone. They were about transition. Letting go of effort. Letting the body slow. Letting the mind drift. The day did what it could. That was enough. Tomorrow will come with the sun. But for now, the light fades, the air cools, and the world grows quiet. And in that quiet, ancient Egypt rests. Chapter 11, How Ancient Egyptians Slept. Night settles fully now. The village is quiet in a deep, steady way. Not silent, just calm. The kind of quiet that feels earned after a long day of sun, work, food, and slow conversation. This is when sleep begins in ancient Egypt. Sleep is not fancy for most people. It doesn't need to be. After dawn work, heat, labor, and life, bodies are ready. When the stars are out, sleep comes easy. For the wealthy, sleep looks a bit more structured. They have beds, real ones, wooden frames lifted off the floor, sometimes with woven supports instead of solid boards. These beds keep bodies away from dust, insects, and curious creatures with too many legs. Beds are often angled slightly, higher at the head, lower at the feet. No mattress like we know it. Instead, woven fibers, leather strips, or cloth stretched tight, firm, very firm. Ancient backs were apparently stronger than ours. For most people, though, sleep is simpler. Reed mats, woven palm fiber, laid directly on the floor, sometimes doubled up, sometimes placed near a wall, sometimes near the door for airflow. You sleep where it feels, right? The mat is rolled out at night and rolled away in the morning. Sleep does not take over the house. It borrows space politely. Children curl up wherever there is room. Near parents, near siblings, in corners, across mats sideways. No one is strict about it. As long as everyone fits, it works. Now let's talk about the most confusing part of ancient Egyptian sleep, the headrest. Instead of pillows, Egyptians use headrests made of wood, stone, or ceramic. They look uncomfortable. And yes, they kind of are. A headrest is shaped like a small stand. A curved top supports the neck. The head stays elevated. The neck rests. The skull floats. Why do this? A few reasons. First, airflow. Keeping the head raised helps with heat. Second, protection. Hair stays cleaner. Insects stay away from the face. Third belief: the head is sacred. Supporting it properly matters, even in sleep. Also, once you grow up using one, your body adjusts. Probably. Hopefully. Some headrests are beautifully carved. Some are plain. Some are buried with people so they can sleep properly in the afterlife too. Comfort does not stop at death, apparently. On very hot nights, sleep moves upward. Flat rooftops become sleeping spaces. Families carry mats upstairs. The air is cooler up there. Breezes pass through. Heat escapes. Rooftop sleeping is common. Normal. Almost expected during summer. People sleep under the open sky. Stars above. Walls nearby. The sounds of the village drifting upward. Soft voices. Occasional laughter. Someone coughing. A baby fussing and settling again. Privacy is loose. No one cares. Everyone is tired. Now mosquitoes. Yes, they exist. They are not impressed by ancient civilization. To deal with them, Egyptians used several tricks. Nets are common, especially for children and the wealthy. Simple frames with linen drape around. Effective enough. Not perfect, but helpful. Oils are rubbed on skin. Strong-smelling ones. Some repel insects. Some probably don't, but smell confident doing it. Smoke from herbs or slow-burning materials is sometimes used to chase bugs away before sleep. The smell becomes part of nighttime. You learn which tricks work and which ones are just tradition. Either way, you try. Despite insect, sleep happens. The rhythm of the village helps. No sudden noises. No engines. No lights flipping on and off. Darkness is real here. Deep and steady. People wake and sleep with the natural world. When animals settle, people settle. When insects sing, sleep deepens. Someone might wake briefly in the night to check a child, to listen, to adjust a mat, to look at the stars again. No clocks, no alarms. Time is felt, not counted. Dreams matter in ancient Egypt. They are not random. They are messages, signs, warnings, advice. People talk about dreams in the morning, especially strange ones, especially vivid ones. Some dreams are recorded by priests. Some are interpreted. Some are just laughed off. Night is not feared. It is respected. Protective amulets might be worn to sleep. Small ones. Quiet ones. Nothing flashy. Just reassurance. The house feels still now. Breathing slows. Bodies stretch once more and then stop moving. The heat fades completely. Cool air settles. Outside, the Nile keeps flowing. It always does. Even while everyone sleeps. Especially while everyone sleeps. That sound, distant and steady, is part of the night. This is sleep in ancient Egypt. Not luxury, not silence, not isolation, but rest. Shared rest, practical rest, earned rest. Sleep is not separated from life. It is folded into it gently, like a mat rolled out at the end of the day. Tomorrow will come with light, heat, and work again. But for now, under stars on mats, beneath nets, heads resting on carved supports that look uncomfortable but feel familiar, ancient Egypt sleeps. And the village breathes together, slow and calm, waiting for the sun to return. Chapter 12, Dreams, Night Fears, and Protection. Night in ancient Egypt is calm, but it is not empty. When the lamps go out and the village settles, another world is believed to wake up. Quieter one, a softer one, but also a stranger one. This is the world of dreams. Ancient Egyptians do not think dreams are random. They are not brain noise. They are not leftovers from dinner. Dreams matter. Dreams are messages, sometimes from gods, sometimes from spirits, sometimes from something that just wants attention. When someone wakes from a strong dream, they do not brush it off. They sit with it. They remember it. They tell someone about it in the morning. A dream might be advice, a warning, promise, or just a reminder to slow down. People learn to listen. Some dreams are clear. You see a God. You hear a voice. You get instructions. Those dreams feel heavy, important. You don't joke about those. Other dreams are strange. A crocodile talking, a house floating, bread raining from the sky. These dreams need help to understand. This is where dream interpretation comes in. Ancient Egyptians actually write down dream meanings. Real lists, real guides. Some survive today. They are very specific. If you dream of eating warm bread, good things are coming. If you dream of losing teeth, something bad may happen. If you dream of seeing yourself dead, relax. It means long life. Dream logic is wild, but comforting. People visit priests or scribes who know these texts. They explain dreams gently. They don't panic people. The goal is calm, not fear. Night is not only dreams, though. It also has fears. Not loud fears, quiet ones. Ancient Egyptians believe night is when boundaries soften. Between worlds, between living and unseen. Most of the time, nothing bad happens. But protection is still smart. There are night demons. They don't jump out screaming. They slip in quietly. They bring sickness, bad dreams, restlessness, especially to children. No one is obsessed with them, but no one ignores them either. That's where spells come in. Protective spells are common. Simple words spoken before sleep. Quiet phrases passed down in families. Some are written. Some are memorized. Some are just whispered every night because grandma said so. Spells are not dramatic. No chanting. No fire. Just calm intention. Think of it like locking a door. You don't expect trouble. You just feel better knowing it's closed. Amulets help too. Small ones. Simple ones. Made of stone, bone, or metal. Shapes matter. Symbols matter. Words carved into them matter. Common ones protect against illness, or fear, or bad dreams, or bites, or things that don't have names. Amulets are worn on the body or placed near sleeping spaces, hung from beds, tucked under mats, tied near headrests. Children often have several. Just in case. No one thinks this is silly. Comfort matters. The gods are part of the night too. Not big temple gods with crowds and noise. Smaller versions. Personal ones. Household protectors. familiar names. Before sleep, a quiet request might be made. Watch over us. Let us wake safely. Keep bad dreams away. No one expects a reply. The asking is enough. Night fears are not constant. They come and go, like shadows. Some nights are dreamless and deep. Other nights are restless. When someone wakes afraid, they are not told to toughen up. Someone sits with them, talks softly, reassures them. Fear is treated like weather. It passes. The village itself feels protective. Sounds help. Knowing others are nearby helps. Hearing a neighbor shift on a roof. Hearing animals breathing. Hearing insects doing their thing. You are not alone in the dark. Even the Nile helps. Its steady sound reminds people that the world is still moving, still alive, still held together. Dreams fade toward morning. Fear loosens its grip. The body relaxes again. When dawn comes, dreams are discussed. Some are forgotten instantly. Some stick. The sticky ones are talked about, laughed at, thought about, interpreted, sometimes acted on. Dreams might guide choices, travel plans, work decisions, rituals, or nothing at all. Not every dream is a big deal. Ancient Egyptians understand balance. They respect dreams, but they also live their lives. Night beliefs are not about panic. They are about peace. Protection is layered gently into routine, like oil on skin, like nets over beds, like words spoken softly before sleep. Belief is comfort. Ritual is reassurance, and reassurance helps people rest. By the time the sky lightens, the spiritual night fades. God steps back. Demons lose interest. Dreams slip away like mist. Another day begins. But the night has done its job. It has rested the body. It has spoken through dreams. It has reminded people they are watched over. In ancient Egypt, the dark is not an enemy. It is simply another part of life. Quiet, mysterious, and with the right words and symbols nearby, perfectly safe. Chapter 13, A Day in the Life. Following one ordinary Egyptian. Let's slow everything down now. No big ideas. No explanations. Just a single day. Not a king. Not a priest. Just an ordinary Egyptian. We'll call him Hori. Not because it's special, but because it's common. Hori lives near the Nile, in a small village. He is not rich. He is not poor. He is alive, and that's enough. The day begins before he opens his eyes. Light creeps in first, soft and pale. Birds argue outside. Insects finish their night shift. The air is cool, almost kind. Hori wakes when his body says yes, not when a clock yells at him. He stretches, slowly, carefully. Yesterday still lives in his muscles. He sits up. His headrest looks uncomfortable again, like it does every morning. He does not complain. It worked. He steps outside to wash. Water on face, on hands, on neck. A bit of natron. Not much, just enough to feel human. The village is waking too. Grinding stones turn. Goats complain. Someone coughs. Someone laughs. Bread is already baking somewhere, and the smell floats through the air like a promise. Hori eats a small breakfast. Bread, beer, nothing exciting, very effective. He shares it with his family. No rush, just enough fuel to start. Work begins with the sun. Hori walks to the fields with others. They talk about nothing important. Someone tells the same joke they told yesterday. It's still funny enough. They work steadily, not fast, not slow. The rhythm matters more than speed. The Nile decides everything anyway. By mid-morning, the sun climbs higher. Sweat appears. Shirts loosen. Sand sticks to skin. No one is shocked by this. This is Egypt. This is normal. Around midday, the heat takes over. Work stops without debate. Tools are set down. Shade is claimed. Mats are rolled out. Bodies lower themselves to the ground like they've been waiting all day for permission. Hori rests. He drinks water, talks quietly, listens to someone tell a story that starts strong and goes nowhere. He naps lightly, half asleep, half listening to insects. The day pauses here, intentionally. When the heat softens, work resumes, just a little, enough to feel complete, enough to say, yes, we did our part. As afternoon fades, Hori heads home. Children run past him. One trips, gets up, keeps running. No drama. At home, the evening meal is being prepared. Smells return. Warm ones. Comfort ones. Hori washes again. Dust leaves his skin. The day slides off him slowly. He eats with his family. Bread torn by hand. Lentils. Vegetables. Beer passed around. Conversation drifts. They talk about the fields. About neighbors. About nothing. The sun lowers. The sky softens. Words get quieter. A short prayer is spoken. Not fancy. Just thanks. For food. For a day. For still being here. As darkness arrives, lamps are lit. Shadows stretch. The house shrinks into warmth. Hori steps outside again. He looks at the sky. The stars are right where they should be. That feels good. Later, sleep preparations begin. Mats are laid out. Amulets are adjusted. Children settle. One resists sleep out of pure habit, not energy. Hori lies down. His body is heavy now. The good kind of heavy. He thinks about nothing important. Sleep comes easily. Dreams may come, or not. Either way, the night holds him. The Nile flows. The village breathes. The stars watch quietly. And just like that, one full day passes. Not special. Not recorded. Not remembered by history. But lived fully. This is ancient Egypt. Not carved in stone. Not wrapped in gold. But waking, working, resting, eating, praying, and sleeping. One ordinary day at a time. Chapter 14. How little daily life changed over centuries. Now let's zoom out. Slowly. Very slowly. Ancient Egypt lasts a long time. Not decades. Not centuries. Thousands of years. Dynasties rise and fall. Kings come and go. Names change. Borders shift a little. Temples get rebuilt. Pyramids happen. Then more pyramids. Then people decide pyramids are a lot of work. But daily life barely moves. An Egyptian farmer from 2500 BCE could sit next to one from 1200 BCE and understand almost everything happening around them. Same tools, same rhythms, same complaints about heat, same bread, same beer, same jokes that aren't that funny but are familiar. Time moves differently here. Life changes slowly, like the Nile. It shifts, but you don't notice it day to day. People wake with the sun. They work when it's cool. They rest when it's hot. They eat simple food. They sleep under stars or roofs. They pray quietly. They raise children who will do the same things. And they do this generation after generation after generation. There is comfort in that. Tradition isn't boring here. It's stabilizing. It tells you who you are and what comes next. You don't wake up wondering how to live. You already know. Your parents live this way. Their parents live this way. Their parents too. That knowledge is calming. Farming follows the Nile. Always has. Always will. Flood. Plant. Grow. Harvest. Repeat. You don't argue with a river. You work with it. People who try to outsmart it don't last long. Home stays simple. Mud brick works. So why change it? It stays cool. It's easy to fix. When a wall cracks, you fix it. When a roof leaks, you patch it. No dramatic renovations. Just maintenance. Clothing stays light. Linen stays useful. Jewelry stays symbolic. Cosmetics stay practical. If something works in heat, dust, and sun, you keep using it. Food barely changes. Bread, beer, vegetables, fruit when it's in season, meat when you're lucky. Recipes shift slightly, but the foundation stays the same. People don't crave novelty. They crave reliability. Work rhythms stay steady too. Children learn by watching adults. No sudden changes in skills needed. You don't wake up one generation and say, "Surprise, everything is different now." You learn what your parents know. You teach what you were taught. That creates deep connection. A potter's hands move like his grandfather's. A farmer's timing matches ancestors he never met. A mother soothes a child the same way her great-great-grandmother did. Even beliefs stay familiar. Gods gain new names sometimes. Old gods shift roles. But daily spirituality stays calm and close to home. Small prayers. Simple offerings. Protection before sleep. Gratitude at sunset. No pressure to be dramatic. Life is not about standing out. It's about fitting in. That doesn't mean nothing ever changes. It just changes slowly enough to feel natural. A new tool appears. A new crop spreads. A new style shows up in a city and takes a few generations to reach a village. Change arrives quietly. It doesn't knock. And when it arrives, it blends in. This gives people a rare gift. Continuity. You know where you came from. You know what tomorrow probably looks like. You know what matters. In a world without fast news, fast travel, or fast opinions, routine becomes grounding. You don't chase meaning. Meaning lives in repetition. Wake, work, rest, eat, sleep, repeat. And in that repetition, people find peace. There's also something beautiful about knowing you are part of a very long line. You are one link, not the whole chain. That takes pressure off. You don't need to change the world. You just need to keep it going. Ancient Egyptians don't measure success by innovation. They measure it by stability. If life continues, that's a win. If the harvest comes, if children grow, if the river returns, if the sun rises again, things are working. That mindset creates patience. It teaches people to think in seasons, not moments, in generations, not years. When trouble comes, it is endured, not dramatized. Famine, disease, political change, these happen, but daily life absorbs them and keeps moving. That's resilience, and it's quiet. From the outside, ancient Egypt can look frozen in time. Same art styles, same poses, same symbols, same routines. But from the inside, it feels steady, not stuck. It feels safe. A child born into this world already knows the shape of life. They watch it unfold before they ever take part. When it's their turn, they step in easily. No confusion, no rush. Across centuries, across dynasties, across names carved and erased, daily life continues almost unchanged. The same sun, the same river, the same hand shaping bread. That's the real miracle of ancient Egypt. Not the monuments, but the fact that ordinary life stayed ordinary for so long. And maybe that's why it lasted. Because while kings chased eternity in stone, the people found it in routine. And routine, gently repeated, can last forever. Final chapter. Falling asleep beside the ancient Nile. Night has fully arrived. The sky is deep and endless above the desert, stretched wide like a cloth pulled tight. Stars twinkle softly. Some shine brighter than others. Ancient Egyptians look up at these same stars every night, and so do we now across thousands of years. They are patient witnesses, constant companions. They remind the world to slow down, to notice, and to rest. In the villages, homes are quiet. Fires are low. Lamps flicker gently. Families lie on mats or in beds. Children breathe evenly, little arms tucked close, heads on wooden headrests that feel hard to us but familiar and comforting to them. Parents watch quietly for a moment, adjusting blankets or giving a gentle nudge before settling themselves beside the children. Everyone takes a deep collective sigh. Outside, the Nile keeps flowing. Not loud, not insistent, just constant. The river carries life, stories, and secrets silently through the night. It reflects the starlight in a trembling shimmer. The water laps against the banks softly, a lullaby older than any of the houses nearby. It has witnessed thousands of generations, and it will witness thousands more. The desert beyond the Nile lies still. Shadows stretch long, even under the moon. The sand cools. Night creatures stir quietly. A jackal might wander near the edge of a village. Insects hum softly. A gentle wind brushes over palm fronds, whispering over rooftops and courtyards. It's all calm, slow, rhythmic, the perfect background for sleep. Families rest, and so does the village. Even the donkeys and goats settle down. Dogs curl up near walls. Cats slink onto rooftops. The ordinary sounds of the day fade. The The village breathes together. There is no rush, no expectation, only the soft rhythm of life continuing. Dreams begin to drift in lightly. Some are ordinary, playful children chasing imaginary birds, catching fish in impossible ways, finding lost bread. Some are meaningful messages from gods or ancestors, signs whispered in shadowed forms. Sometimes dreams are confusing, even silly. Perhaps a crocodile complains about the heat, or a bread loaf argues over who gets butter first. And that's okay. Dreams are part of the night's quiet magic. They remind the living that the world is larger than our waking moments. Amulets hang near sleeping spaces. A small scarab, a tiny eye, a little figure of Bess or Tarit. These are silent protectors. They do not shout or command. They simply exist, a soft reassurance that the household is watched over while the family sleeps. Adults adjust them carefully, children trust them instinctively, and the night feels safer because of them. Some families sleep on rooftops tonight. The air is warm, soft against skin, carrying the scents of reeds, baking bread from earlier, and the faint perfume of lotus flowers from nearby riverbanks. The stars are closer here. The breeze moves freely. Each sigh of wind feels like a gentle lullaby, moving over mats and headrests alike. Sleep comes easier under open skies. The body relaxes. Thoughts drift. The day dissolves completely. Even the Nile participates in this nightly rhythm. Its flowing water carries stories from villages upstream and downstream. It murmurs secrets to the palm trees, whispers encouragement to farmers' children, and hums a lullaby to the ones lying awake just a little longer, waiting for their own sleep to arrive. The river's endless motion is calm, not frantic. It reminds the people that life continues, steadily and safely. Night sounds blend together softly. The distant barking of a dog, the tiny rustle of a cat, the croak of frogs near water, the faint hum of insects, all layer into a gentle symphony. No sound is urgent. No sound is alarming. Each is part of a comforting pattern that the body and mind recognize. It is a natural rhythm that says, you are safe. You are at home. Sleep is here. Families, villages, and the Nile itself are all connected by this rhythm. Life that began at sunrise continues quietly into the night. Daily work, rest, meals, prayers, and stories all weave into the darkness. And now, in the final hours of the day, everything slows. Muscles relax. Minds quiet. Hearts beat steady and calm. The ordinary magic of life holds everything together. As sleep deepens, the world of dreams expands. Some people see familiar faces from earlier in the day. Others imagine faraway places or memories they cannot place. A child may dream of playing by the riverbank, throwing reeds into the water and watching them float away. An elder may dream of past seasons, floods that came and went, harvests remembered in detail. Every dream, ordinary or profound, is a tiny thread in the tapestry of life that continues beside the Nile night after night, generation after generation. The desert, the village, and the river all seem to pause. Not completely. There is movement, subtle and eternal. The wind, the water, the creatures, they remind the sleeping that life is gentle but persistent. That time is slow but certain. That tomorrow will come. The stars continue their silent watch, unchanging in their positions. The river flows endlessly, and the homes, full of sleeping families, are perfectly content to simply exist in this quiet moment. Sleep in ancient Egypt is humble and calm. It doesn't require luxury. It doesn't require ceremony. It doesn't demand attention. Just mats, nets, gentle prayers, amulets, and the comforting rhythm of everyday life. The people know that when the day begins again, the sun, the river, and the village will continue as they always have. And now, as you drift with Hori, his family, and thousands of ordinary Egyptians across time, the stars above, the Nile below, and the soft hum of the night all invite you to do the same. Close your eyes. Feel the air cool against your skin. Hear the river murmur. Let the faint sounds of the village lull you deeper. Know that this quiet, this calm, this ordinary and enduring life has been happening for thousands of years, and that right now, you are part of it too. Sleep comes gently beside the ancient Nile, slowly, steadily, peacefully, and all is well. Now let's slow everything even more. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Let the words settle. This is the space between the day and sleep, the gentle padding that stretches the story and eases the mind. Imagine the Nile at dusk again. The water flows endlessly, softly, calmly, ripple after ripple. It moves without hurry, without concern. Let your thoughts drift along with it. The river doesn't rush. Neither do you. Listen. Insects hum gently in the reeds. Their rhythm is steady, like a quiet heartbeat for the land. A frog croaks somewhere nearby. Maybe two. Maybe three. Listen. Let each sound pause in your mind. Notice it. Let it fill the space. Let it reassure you that the world continues, steady and gentle. The wind moves over the village, brushing over rooftops, stirring palm fronds, caressing faces. It is soft, patient. It carries tiny smells, baked bread cooling, dust after footsteps, reeds from the riverbank, faint perfume of lotus flowers. Let your imagination wander through each scent slowly. Inhale, exhale. Let it mingle with the rhythm of your own body, steady and calm. Pause here. Just pause. Think of an ordinary Egyptian walking slowly through the day, step by step, hour by hour. Imagine the warmth of the sun on skin, the steady weight of work in hands and arms, the pause at midday heat. Breathe with it. Pause again. The sun is steady. The wind is steady. You are steady too. Now let's repeat a thought softly. Life is slow. Life is simple. Life is enough. Repeat it quietly in your mind. Let it echo gently. Life is slow. Life is simple. Life is enough. No rush. No panic. Just this moment. Imagine a home. Mud brick walls hold the fading heat of the day. Lamps flicker. Children lie on mats. Adults sit quietly nearby. The smell of cooking lingers faintly. Breathe it in. Let it remind you of calm, of the gentle predictability of ordinary days. Pause. Let the stillness grow. The evening breeze moves again. You hear it in the leaves. You hear it in the reeds. You hear it against the river's edge. Each sound is a reminder, nothing urgent, nothing missing. The day is done. Let your thoughts drift. Pause. Now imagine a headrest. Simple carved wood. A little uncomfortable by modern standards, but familiar to the person who uses it nightly. They lay their head carefully, adjust an amulet nearby, and close their eyes. Imagine yourself lying down in the same calm, quiet way. Pause. Breathe. Relax. Dreams begin to stir. They are light. They are soft. Sometimes silly. Sometimes important. Imagine them floating like reeds on the water. Let them drift. There is no need to hold on to them. Let them move. Pause. Repeat quietly, rest is natural. Rest is safe. Rest is needed. Let each word slow your heartbeat. Rest is natural. Rest is safe. Rest is needed. Feel it settle like the Nile itself, steady, enduring. The village is asleep now, or nearly asleep. Only gentle sounds remain, the river murmuring, wind shifting, insect humming. Let each pause between sound stretch. Listen, breathe, relax. Pause again. Think about centuries of ordinary life. People waking, working, eating, resting, sleeping, generation after generation. The rhythm is steady. The pattern is clear. You are part of this pattern now, even if only in imagination. Let it reassure you. Pause. Soft reflections arrive. Life doesn't need constant change to be meaningful. Ordinary routines, shared meals, quiet prayers, flowing rivers, and nightly sleep are enough. Repeat this softly. Ordinary is enough. Ordinary is enough. Ordinary is enough. Let it sink. Pause. Feel the cool night air brushing your skin. Hear the Nile carrying its endless story. Watch the stars blink slowly above the desert. The village rests. The river flows. You rest. Pause. Imagine Hori, his family, and neighbors, each lying down with amulets and headrests, trusting the night. You lie beside them in imagination. The world hums a quiet lullaby. Pause. Let your mind float gently with it. Repeat one final calming thought slowly, letting it fade naturally. Everything is calm. Everything is safe. Everything is well. Everything is calm. Everything is safe. Everything is well. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the pause stretch. Feel your body sink deeper into comfort. Let the ambient world of ancient Egypt, the river, the wind, the stars, the village, and all the ordinary life carry you gently towards sleep. And now, slowly, quietly, peacefully, drift into rest beside the Nile. The river flows. The stars watch. The night holds everything. You are safe. You are calm. You are asleep.